Hello, everyone, and welcome. I have another poem for you this week. Today, I'm going to be reading for you The Chariot by Emily Dickinson, who is one of my favorite poets. So I'm also going to start this week by front-loading some of the vocabulary that you're going to need in order to understand this poem. So first of all, gossamer is a very light gauze-like fabric, so it's like a very thin, very light fabric. Tippet is a kind of long-sleeved shawl. So like a shawl. It's just like a piece of fabric that goes over your shoulders. Tulle is a very stiff netting, often used for veils. So tulle is another different type of fabric, but it's like stiffer, and it's usually like see-through, but it's a lot of times tulle is used to go like under skirts or like ballet skirts, but it's also often used for veils, like in weddings. And then finally, a cornice is a horizontal decorative molding at the top of a building. There is, as an example, a cornice on the Berkshire Bank building at the corner of North Street and Park Square in Pittsfield. So it's just like any sort of kind of decorative addition at the top of buildings. So those are your four vocabulary for this: gossamer, tippet, tulle, and cornice. So that'll help you understanding the poem as I read it. As usual, remember you can be reading along with the written version while I am reading aloud to you. You should be paying attention for the rhythm and rhyme scheme of the poem, as well as trying to pick out any figurative language that Emily Dickinson is using. And then overall, of course, you want to kind of try and figure out what are the feelings of this poem. How does it make you feel? What are the main ideas and meaning that Emily Dickinson is putting into this poem? The Chariot by Emily Dickinson. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school where children strove, at recess, in the ring, we passed the fields of gazing grain, we passed the setting sun. Or rather, he passed us. The dews drew quivering and chill, for only gossamer my gown, my tippet only tulle. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground. Since then 'tis centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity.